Here I am, in the place to be. Mr. K and B, you can't fuck with me. Extra sexy, extraordinary. Palms are hairy, your mama pop. Whoa. What up, y'all? KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for Cplus Studios and the Paper Saber universe, coming from my mom's basement. She doesn't even have a basement. Coming from the headquarters or the Millennium Falcon, however you want to look at it. Welcome to the Sexy Ninjacast, a podcast of my fandoms, my love, my passions, especially in comic books and movies and stuff like that. And music, whatever I want to talk about, I'll talk about on here and share it with y'all. I hope you're rocking with us. Go get that merch from our TeePublic store. Great designs by Katie, NWP, New World Podcast, brother. Logo created by Penta X. Go show some love. Go check out his music. Give him some love. Rub his nipples. Go show some love to Big Daddy. He's rocking it. Got his own YouTube channel. He has his own podcast out there now. You can find easily on Spotify. Big Daddy Forever. Show some love. Show your support here as best as you can. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment on every video. Call me a big nerd. Call me a loser. Call me what you want, baby. Just don't call me for dinner, because I'll already be there, because I'm hungry. Hungry. And speaking of not hungry, I saw a movie. Shazam, Fury of the Gods. And I'm very sad it did not do well at the box office, folks, because I love this character. I love Billy. I love the Shazam family. And I'm not going to lie. I walked out of this movie on a high. And I really enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie was fucking fantastic, down to just everything. And you know, Billy's situation in this movie is relatable on so many levels, because he's trying so hard to keep the family together. He's trying so hard not to let it go, because he came from nothing. His mom left him. Father, you know, he's gone through all this traumatic stuff that he's just like, he's afraid he's about to age out, you know, this family. And he's trying so hard to be like, no, you know, it's all or none, you know. One or, you know, it's none or one or none, something like that. But it's all, we all have to do it. And Freddy's off. He wants to be his own superhero and stuff like that. But Billy's just holding on, you know. It's like, if we're going to be the Shazamily, we got to do this together. And I felt for Billy in that aspect of like, no, I don't want to lose this. I didn't have anything before. You know, he had to build his relationship with his stepmom and his adopted parents in this. And yeah, he was afraid to age out. But he didn't know that they bought the house. They are family, like, but he didn't realize it, but because he was holding on so tight. It's a great thing with in this movie where, you know, spoilers, everybody, if you want to be like, oh, I haven't seen the movie, you know, spoilers. Two great mid-credit scenes. Was a mid-credit scene and there's an end-credit scene. Both set up a lot of stuff for the future. Hopefully, because I'm tired of DC giving these really awesome scenes in the credits, and none of it pays off. None of it. But everybody's back. The Shazamly's in full effect. You know, I think the Fiascos, they're calling them the Philadelphia Fiascos, and they're like, that's not our name, you know. There's this one great scene in the starting when this bridge is falling apart, and they're going to go save everybody from this bridge falling apart and everything like that, and this car's going down, and then she's playing I Need a Hero, I need, you know that song, and Shazam catches her, and he's like, whoa, am I really saving you? And this song is playing right now, you know. Little moments in the comedy the movie's just fun. I really like the Atlas sisters, you know. They all had a different dynamic, you know, with each other. Lucy Liu, freaking awesome, you know, coming out to be the main antagonist of this story, you know, because she's like, humans don't deserve this world. They don't deserve this. They, our world was destroyed because of the humans. Like we're gods. So the whole point of the movie is they're trying to find this seed so they can replant and re-spark their world and everything like that. And during this process, Billy is coming with the terms of he was chosen as a champion, and he has to bring himself to realize that and understand that he has to make a choice and be the hero and be as strong as he needs to be, especially for his family, the one he doesn't want to lose. And that's just always been a great aspect with Billy, because he's a kid. He grows up into being Shazam, but he at heart he's a kid. He's emotional. He's dealing with all these traumatic things in his life, and he has such a great family to back him up. And there's some splits. Mary, she wants to be. She didn't go to college like she wanted to she was excited about going to college in the first movie. She was going to go and try to get jobs and help support her family. And in this movie, you would catch up with her and she's not in college. And, but there's moments where she's like, when she was hungover and she was, what do you call it? What was it? Yeah, she was hungover. She's like, yeah, I actually got to hang out with people my own age. It was kind of nice and stuff like that. And I was just like, it made me laugh because I get that as well. She's hanging out with these kids, her family and everything like that. But she wants to be around adults her own age. She wants to get a job. So a lot of layers to this movie. A lot of layers. And there's a lot of people. I remember when we walked out, Doug didn't like this movie. He like the comedy and the pacing of it and everything like that. But I really think this movie had a lot of heart to it. And it says Sinbad was in this movie. Sinbad in this movie? Yeah, I don't know. But Mary, Thea, Anne is one of the Atlas sisters, but she takes a liking to Freddy and everything like that. So there's here we go. Zachary Levy as Shazam is awesome. And they had the original Captain Marvel in there. There was a show back in the day called Shazam, and it's a very old show. It is a very old show, and it was cool seeing that kind of Easter eggs. There's so many Easter eggs inside this movie. We have the parents, Victor. We had Wonder Woman show up. I know she was in the trailer, but she showed up in a better way than I thought. Eugene. I'm looking here at the IMDb. Calypso by Lucy Liu. Helen Mirren as Hespera. She was awesome. I really did enjoy her. You have Darla, who then the wizard. Let's see. Sorry, Pedro. The whole cast is great, man, and they all just click so well together. I was really enjoying the comedy is what made me really like this movie a lot. The way everything was coming together, I thought everyone had just that great chemistry and the jokes were on point. And I'm very sad that putting all that work into this movie, they didn't get to what they wanted. The goal is not there. So in one of the mid-credit scenes, they have some characters from the Peacemaker show come and try to recruit Billy. They try to recruit him for the Justice Society of America. I had ears perked. My smile was like Chester smile and ear to ear. And I was like, oh, Justice Society, and we had everyone, I was just like, oh my gosh. And David F. Sandberg. And sadly, I saw a tweet saying, not a tweet, but a report saying that after the failing of this movie, he's already like he's kind of out. Like he's like, he wants to go back to horror and all that. But I was like, man, I really like, and there's really great aspects of this movie with monsters and like horror aspects. There's some fucking awesome unicorns when they're riding, man. And, they eat Skittles and they taste the rainbow. And I thought the acts were where they needed to be. We got Billy growing into the hero he has to become, especially the face the dragon. There's a fucking dragon. Come on. Adam Brody as superhero Freddy was cool. But I think even though that I like the older, versions of themselves, like Megan Good, who plays a superhero Darla, DJ Catrona, who plays superhero Pedro, you know, let's see, Eugene, but the kids are great. Like Ian Chen, Eugene, he's fucking fantastic. Faith Herman, who plays Darla, Joven Armand, who plays Pedro, um, Marta Millens, who plays Rosa Vasquez, and there's Victor Vasquez, by Cooper Andrews. Um, yeah, but like this is a stellar cast. Caroline Curry who plays Mary, and I really want to see more of Mary. I really want to see Rachel Zegler as Athea, Ross Butler as superhero Eugene. Sorry, I'm going off this. Asher Angel is Billy, and Zachary Levy is Shazam. Jack Dylan Grazer is Freddie Freeman, and that was a heart and soul of the last movie. Freddie, he's obsessed with superheroes, and now that he is a superhero, he wants to do it, and I think he called himself superpowered or overpowered man or something like that. But he meets Athea, who's one of the sisters, and she kind of tricks him, but also really likes Freddie and and that was kind of sweet. And he's just like, yo, you like me, but he comes and finds out she's a god. Yeah, great cameos. Wonder Woman showing up was really cool. Even though my brother had to ruin that for me because he's like, hey man, so and so is in the movie, and I was like, oh no, he goes, I think he said along the lines of like, oh yeah, it's crazy that so and so shows up, and I'm like, what? And he's like, what do you mean? It's all over the TV spots and stuff. I was like, bro, I watched the teaser trailer, and then I watched the trailer, and then after that, I don't I don't watch anything else. I try to keep the surprises where they need to be. Um, yeah. So another spoiler: there's a scene with Dr. Savannah by Mark Strong. I was really happy to see him back, but once again, mid credit, in credit scenes that I hope pay off. They said the Justice Society, Waller's creating the Justice Society of America, and I'm just like, come on. Um, and I really hope there's a third movie. I really hope there's a third movie. I really want to see Mark Strong back, and somebody who played Sinestro in the first Green Lantern movie. I remember thinking, oh, he's so perfect. Then no, nothing. Another an end credit scene with him getting the yellow ring, and I was like, no. Now another DC movie for Mark Strong to get his little bit, and he's like, and nothing. Oh my goodness. I was just like, I'm tired. I'm tired of this, DC. I'm tired of this. And another tease from Mr. Mind. Coming back in the scene too, seeing Dr. Savannah, and I was just like, are we gonna do anything with this? Because Mr. Mind is pretty awesome. I want to see this, and in the movie too, there's a lot of teases. They find the doors, the endless doors in the Rock of Eternity, and there was one that says Fairy Tale Land and stuff like that. I was just like, oh please, let's tease, let's go to the Magic Lands, let's do this. And I was hoping, the one thing I was really hoping for, as somebody who reads the comic books and that, I wanted to see Tawny. Tawny is a talking tiger, and Tawny is so cool. He actually joins the family at one point, lives at the house with everybody, cooks some breakfast. He's a big part of the family. And Tawny, I was waiting for something. There's the part where Darla got these cats, saved these cats. And Doug goes, well, it'd be awesome. They named one of the cats Darla. I was like, it's a Tawny. And I was like, if only. No. And that's why I'm kind of upset about the fact that this movie is failing in the eyes of Warner Brothers in the box office, and they have their big reboot coming up. And I hope Zachary Levi's Shazam, I hope that the Shazamily stays intact in what James Gunn's going to do, and what's funny is, like, my mom saw this movie and she was like, I was so lost. I didn't know this was the first one. That's the problem, is I think Warner Brothers has a terrible time, like, trying to really promote these movies. Like, I know AEW did a thing with them, like, come see the Shazam movie and this and that. We got to make, and it's not cutting ground type of a superhero movie. This movie's not one of those movies where it's just like, oh my gosh, they reinvented the wheel. No, they had it fun. You had act 1, act 2, act 3. You had the main character grow up and be the hero he needs to be, and actually call his mom, his adopted mom, and say, I love you. And it's about growth, and anything and everything's possible with family. And with I really like what they did with the Atlas sisters, because they they had the main one, Lucy Liu played, and she was getting pissed because she's the god of chaos and everything like that. But she was the one that's like really hell bent about, like, you know what, fuck them. Fuck Earth. Let's destroy it. The other sister's like, hey, we did this. We came to terms with this because we wanted to rebuild our land. We wanted to not rebuild our land. Well, rebuild where they're from and stuff like that. And she's just not having it. She's not having it whatsoever. She's like, no, the humans need to pay. We're going to wake up the dragon. We're going to go and attack and everything like that. So, and then Billy has to make the ultimate sacrifice to show off the stadium. He uses the staff to go and beat. Moving this down a bit. There we go. To beat Calypso and the dragon and stuff like that. And he's using the staff. And when he's using the staff, it's absorbing all this power. And they go and they have this big fight, and bam, things, and Billy dies. Shazam dies. There's no more magic now. The wizard has no more magic. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. The wizards, there's no magic left. So they go and give him a proper burial as a god. And the wizard says, yeah, in order to restore magic, we need a god, and there's no more gods on Earth or among us anymore. And Wonder Woman for the rescue. There's a great scene in the movie, in the mid the movie, where Billy's having this dream. And he's on a date with Wonder Woman, saying like, hey, you want to be exclusive and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And the wizard interrupts that dream and has his head on top of Wonder Woman's body. And it's just a funny scene, but the wizard's like, hey, you need to understand that, something bad is coming, and I chose you, and I regret, choosing you. That made me kind of sad. But once the wizard finally gave him confidence to tell him, like, hey, I picked you for a reason, Billy. You have the heart of a hero. You need to take Calypso down. You need to save your city. You need to save your family, and you have to do it. So Billy goes and he makes the ultimate sacrifice, defeats Calypso. The dragon's down. He dies, but and then when they buried him, Wonder Woman brought him back to life. It's such a fun scene because he pops out of the ground and they're like, "Oh my god!" A zombie. That's the thing, is I really like the comedy of this movie. I was smiling the whole damn time, and it's just a fucking fun movie, man. It's a fun superhero movie. I know the last superhero movie I saw was Ant-Man Quantumania, and I hated that movie more than anything. And if you want to check out that review, go check out that review, agree or disagree, because I feel like Marvel's slowly losing their ground. And I feel like with Shazam Fury of the Gods is, yes, we can be serious. The Man of Steel's, the BVS's, the Zack Snyder's Justice, we can be serious. But also, too, that's why that first Shazam movie clicked with me so well. Like, I didn't go see the movie in the theater because I saw Aquaman beforehand. I was like, oh, man, I fucking hate Aquaman. And, and then I was like, I'll wait. And then the wife got this on Blu-ray and I watched it and I was just like, oh, shit, they have something here. They have something here. And the fact that Wonder Woman shows up, it's like, oh, fuck yeah. It's like in BVS when we got the Trinity. They all came together, and I was like, this is what I want to see. These are the heroes I want to see. No offense to the Avengers, to the Thunderbolts, no offense to all of them, but DC is just one of those things where with Wonder Woman showing up in this movie, I was like, And then when Superman showed up in Black Adam, I was like, oh, I'm finally seeing these characters kind of interact with each other, but I'm not going to see anything happen. We had Deathstroke and Lex Luthor at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Then we had the nightmare scene where we finally got Ben Affleck's Batman doing a face-to-face with Jared Leto's Joker. Such a great scene. Everything and anything we've heard that was supposed to be Zack Snyder's universe is now just it's now part of the history books, and we're not going to go back and talk about it ever again. It happened. There we go. We move on from Gal Gadot, and seeing Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman made me just like, oh, she's Wonder Woman. She is Wonder Woman. But I saw something. I don't know if this is true. I should have read the article, but someone said that they did a deep fake with Gal Gadot on this, like it was a body double, and they put Gal Gadot's face on this. I don't know how true this is. I got to look into that more, but if that's true, I'm like, oh, these characters are moving on. Ben Affleck's Batman, one of my favorite Batmans ever. Now they're gonna see their last hurrah in the Flash, and I got to see the Flash on the big screen trailer that was right before Shazam: Fury of the Gods, and seeing Keaton's Batman, and then it's just like, as much as I'm sad about us not seeing these characters anymore, or these actors playing these characters and interacting, that's the magic of movies right there, is you can always rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. And I'm somebody who rewatches like crazy. I really wish Shazam: Fury of the Gods got the love it should have. It deserved more, in my opinion. Their suits look great. The Shazamily will live on forever. And once this movie comes out, it's a must own. And I'm definitely going to be rewatching this movie. I want to go see it again, actually. I really, really want to see it again and just do a fine comb through it and go see more of the Easter eggs and stuff like that, and tear it down a little bit more, because this movie really did, and like, it brought the kid out in me, and it brought out some things that I have been dealing with mentally and as a person. And I that's why I think I connect with DC more, because the characters I connect with more. I connect with Bruce, Clark, and Billy, Diana, Hal, Kyle, of course, being an alley rat, there's so many relatable characters in the DC universe for me, that I see some of that in myself. And I think that's why I get so emotional when it comes to these DC movies. Like, don't get me wrong, when we got Avengers, I was like, fuck, man, I want to go back and tell my younger self, like, guess what, man, you're gonna see the fucking Avengers. It's gonna be awesome. But going back to my little self and be like, yo, man, Justice League, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is Justice League, baby. They're like, yeah, but don't watch that one that comes out, because Joss pissed all over it. Just wait a couple more years, and then you'll finally get to see Zack Snyder's vision. And I'm it's funny. It's like Doug made me laugh, because I was like, yeah, I'm on the outside looking in on the Snyder community. He's like, bro, you're in the Snyder community. I'm like, yeah, yes, I am. But I'm not one of those guys like, on the internet, fuck it all, cancel James Gunn. James Gunn's the worst. Like, I'm excited for what James Gunn's gonna do, and you can go check out that podcast as well. I'm very excited to see what's his vision for this universe. But I'm also like, why can't Snyder's vision live in the same realm? You Warner Brothers already stumbled up so fucking much. Why can't we just have these multiple universes out there? They're keeping the Batman universe alive, which I'm happy about. That was one of the things I was like, hey, oh, it's gonna stay. Elseworld, okay, I'm cool with that. Let's finish what Zach was gonna do with 2 and 3. I want to see the Green Lantern Corps take on Darkseid. I want to see this nightmare future. It's like, yes, I know I want, but I don't have the power to that. That's why I think the whole Snyderverse thing, and how they finally got the movie made, and now there's a Snyder Con coming up, and once again, the power of the internet. So yes, what was I talking about? Oh, Shazam. I really did wish this movie got more love, more love, and more love than it did. And I hope that Warner Brothers or whoever sticks to their guns and make another Shazam movie, because I will be there front and center. And just because Fury of the Gods, this movie means the world to me. And I hope David F. Sandberg doesn't. Um, I just hope that he still makes another one. You know, I don't see this movie being anybody else's hands, because I really do wish that, you know, get one more movie. Just give me one more. Give me the trilogy. Let's go to the 7 Magic Lands, and you know, I'll be a happy person. And they look like they've been having a good time making this movie. The behind the scenes stuff when they've been promoting, you know, Zachary Levi, all of them, all the cast and stuff like that, looks like they really enjoyed each other, and you can tell on screen. And I gotta say, the upgrade to Shazam's costume, all of them, ooh, fantastic. I only dreamed of seeing this stuff. Like, and they're getting more accurate as they go. We're not X-Men, first X-Men movie leather, you know, because they're like, oh, those superhero costumes look so silly. You know, why do you want to see Wolverine in the full yellow and everything like that with the blue? And it's just like, bitch, that's what we want. But now, you know, I also think too, because someone said it to me. They're like, I'm getting superhero fatigue. And I knew eventually that will happen, you know, because everyone's being much more critical than I think they should be, but they are. You know, I'm critical to a lot of extents, but I feel like now people are picking on things more than they should. But everyone has an opinion. That's what the internet's for. You have an opinion, and you have the right to it. Like I have the right to mine. So go check out Shazam. I give this movie a 10 out of 10 or more. You know, Shazam. I really did like this movie. And I'm hoping best for the future of these characters. I'm hoping I get to see the Justice Society of America. I'm thankful that I got a Dr. Fate. I'm thankful I got to see Hawkman, you know, on the big screen. I'm just like, just the Injustice Society holds a really special place in my heart, especially those older characters. And I'm glad they're kind of back in comic book form. Jeff Johns writing them. Stargirl, I would love to see Stargirl on the big screen. I know they did the show. I really loved that first season of Stargirl. I know the one show I need to watch is Titans. I've heard, you know, drop those comments below. Do I need to watch Titans? Big Daddy watches Titans and he loves it. And I don't know, ever since the whole fuck Batman, you know, it was just one of those things like, oh, okay. And I've stated before, I'm like, man, DC at the time was like, well, yeah, you like those fluffy Marvel movies? Uh-huh. Well, ours cuss, baby. Ours says fuck you and fuck Batman, you know. Because they wanted that gritty tone of what Zach presented. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was a fan of Man of Steel when they came out. I remember being at the end, my breath was taken away. And of course, BVS saw the theatrical cut, was like, and then saw the actual Ultimate Edition. I'm like, it's night and day. Fucking night and day. Like, I watched that movie a lot, the Ultimate Edition. I also have the 4K version that comes with Zack Snyder's commentary, you know. So that's it. That's all. I love the movie. I hope you enjoyed this rant I went on. You know, hopefully we see Mr. Mind again, Dr. Savannah. Like, I hope we see something. I hope there is something, especially with this whole Amanda Waller creating the Justice Society, or maybe she stole it from them, and you know, we'll see. We'll see. The future of DC is still in front of us. We got Blue Beetle, we got the Flash movie, which you know, I'm probably gonna be bawling like a baby in that movie. I'm like, oh my god, this is like, I've just been waiting for this like my whole life because I'm just a big fucking nerd at Flashpoint, and then Barry's mom, and you know, and Flashpoint is a good story, especially with Batman, especially with Barry and Bruce, and that I don't know, if seeing that moment, if he gets a letter from his dad, you know, to Bruce, and he says, like, "You're one hell of a messenger, Barry." And you see that tear in Batman's face. You know, if you read Flashpoint, you should read Flashpoint, or you can go watch Flashpoint Paradox, the animation. It's on HBO Max. So, all right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the movie. Did you see the movie? Did you not see the movie? Do you hate DC? Love DC? Drop those comments below. I know they don't have the biggest track record, and I know a lot of people just don't like DC. They're like, I'm on the Marvel train, and now the Marvel train seem to be going a little, but I love them all. I love all the movies except Ant-Man and Quantum. You know, I there's things I don't like, but it's like in Star Wars, you know, Last Jedi. I hate the Last Jedi more than anything, you know. So I'm allowed to hate things. Maybe I'll rewatch them. It's like Aquaman. I did not like Aquaman, so yeah. All right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. Go get yourself some merch to support KMB, the Sexy Ninja, Cplus Studios, a Paper Saber universe, the Sexy Ninja Cast, a podcast with all about my passions and loves and everything in this world that keeps me together, because it's all about family. All right, y'all. And remember, stay sexy, ninjas. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the wicked shit.